welcome to another episode of Falling Upwards. It's lovely to have you all here, and I will say a lovely hello to my co-host, Maddie Armstrong.
Hi, Emily Kwan.
So cheerful, even though it's a very, very grey Tuesday here in the UK, when we're currently recording this.
Yeah.
Well, we have a fantastic guest on the lawn with us today.
Woo!
The very talented Filipino-American singer-songwriter Labit. Maddie has been listening to his beautiful work. I mean, I have too, but Maddie very much has been ensconcing herself in his beautiful work. How would you like to introduce him, describe him for the audience before he joins us on the lawn?
The only thing you can listen to when you have a headache, you know, like when your head is really hurting, you don't want to listen to like some you know, head banging music. You want just calm waves of the sea. And Labits is just, it's such a comforting sound. I really, really love it, especially Bats. That's a really fun song. Parallel is very happy, and Mangoes and Rice. If you want like utmost comfort, Mangoes and Rice is the most chill songs that ever chilled. So
that's a fantastic sale, though. Music to listen to when you feel unwell, because we want good, comforting stuff, don't we?
Yeah, we need that these days.
Well, let us then invite him onto the lawn. Hello, Labit. Welcome to the lawn. This is the lovely green flag of welcome that we wave. How are things?
Love it. Thanks for having me. I'm good. I just got back from a nice hike, so feeling good. And yeah, things are pretty good.
What was the hike? I want to know.
I'm in LA, so it was like Elysian Park was the hike. So it was easy. It was like it was like a mile and a half. I got a big dog, but he's really lazy, so you know, he's got an hour limit, and then he's kind of just done. So
before we usher you into our Festival of Failure, we have obviously our failure questions to kick off with. What is your favorite failure?
I got cut from my JV volleyball team in high school. It was like I was in 10th grade, but I was doing like a battle of the bands at the same time. So I just kind of like leaned into music a little bit more because of it, and still doing music. So that's probably my biggest failure.
Oh my word, you were like Troy Bolton.
Sure. Oh my gosh, that High School Musical?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's amazing.
Yeah. The Filipino Troy Bolton.
Do you think if they hadn't cut you, your career might have gone in a different direction? Like, might have you not leaned into music so much?
Honestly, I don't think so. Just because I was already like, I had just learned to play guitar, and I was like, you know, learning songs and whatever. But like, I think it definitely pushed me to focus in on music more. So I feel like in a roundabout way, I probably would have eventually gotten like back to music, because I'm like 5'8". I'm not going to be a volleyball player. But yeah, I feel like I would have eventually gotten to music.
Nice. If failure was like a little inside out character in your head, how would it look?
Oh, I like that question. I haven't seen the second Inside Out 2, but is there like an anxiety
There is, yeah.
There is.
That would probably be my biggest. Yeah, that's probably what it would look like for me. It would probably be like blue or orange. What color is the anxiety one in Inside Out 2?
She's really tiny and she's orange with like crazy hair that sort of goes out.
Yeah, it would be a mixture of the anxiety one, like little orange, or like the sadness, like the blue one, depending on the day.
Before we finally bring you into the fold, we always say, you know, your time with us is a safe space, and we always say welcome to the lawn, because the lawn is a nice safe space. What does your safe space look like to you in your head? Is it a lawn or is it somewhere else? How would you design it?
I would say like pretty close. It would be like front porch vibes, you know, just like very quiet, and like with a nice coffee,
okay,
and like in a book. Yeah, just like very quiet,
nice.
You know. Yeah.
That is so comforting. that suits your music for sure.
Outdoors, yeah.
Okay, so you're like quite an outdoorsy person, you would say.
Yeah, I love it. I think I was just in Yosemite National Park.
Oh, lovely.
Like last weekend, and it was literally just that. Like, I had a nice like front porch in our B&B, and yeah, it was great. Just like watching the sunrise is perfect.
Now we can finally get onto your album. Maddie has been doing the very, very deep musical dives. For our audience that might not know any of your music, how would you describe yourself?
For people who haven't listened to me before, I've been describing my music recently as like early morning, like coffee, like while you're drinking your coffee, easy listening music with just like a little bit of espresso in it, just like a little shot. Because it's very like laid back, chill music for the most part, but then I have my moments of energy, and I come from like a pop punk background, so it's like a lot of guitar.
What coffee are you? Are you like a single shot latte, or like what? How would you describe yourself?
Usually like cold brew, just black kind of guy. Yeah. Or I'll do like, if it's not that, it's usually like a shot of espresso, so like either just black coffee or like the sugariest matcha latte, depending. Yeah.
No in between.
No in between, yeah.
When Mads was doing songrecs for you in the introduction we recorded before this, she did flag up your newest single, Mangoes and Rice, as a particular favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Can you take us through the songwriting process for that?
Yeah, of course. Thank you. That's like one of my favorite ones on the record. That one I wrote for my sister, and it was it kind of came after a conversation, or like multiple conversations that I've had with her, and she's younger. She's 3 years younger than me, but she's always been like the most type A, the most like go-getter, like she's just never satisfied. And I feel like it came a lot from our upbringing, and just like, she's like very, I wouldn't say like scrappy, but just like so determined. And like she has her, like once she has her mindset on things, like she won't stop until she gets it. And I can relate to it. And I was just kind of telling her, like, when you get overwhelmed and when you feel all that pressure, like, a lot of it you're putting it on yourself, and you can kind of take a break and like really take a break. And so I was just kind of sitting with that thought in my head, and like trying to come up with ways and like how I can motivate her and like make her feel better. And the chorus, like Mangoes and Rice, came to mind just because like we grew up on like eating mangoes and rice, and like it was just a much simpler time. And just trying to like remind her, like when things like get intense or like life gets a little messy, it's like it's okay to just kind of take a step back and like relax and kind of center yourself on those like core, like your core and like your family and just like whoever like lifts you up. So yeah, that's pretty much where that song came from.
That is so lovely. Is your sister Melanie then?
Yeah.
Oh, that is really sweet. I love that. I think, whatever we go through, we always come back to the person that we were as children. I don't think we ever depart from that. And I think that's just such a comforting reminder of that.
Sure.
And it's a comforting song. I was saying to Emma, it's perfect music to listen to when you've got a headache. When like your head is just hurting, but you want to put something on. You don't want to hear like a head banging sound. Your sound is just the most comforting thing to put into your ears.
Thank you.
Particularly that song, yeah.
Thank you.
That's like a perfect advert for your music, where it's like, when ill, can listen to.
Yeah.
Still, you can't say that with everybody. With everybody, sometimes no. If you're in a bad place, this is not what's put on. But it's a great tagline to be like, actually, if you need a bit of comfort, if you need like some grounding through the music that you listen to, yeah, I think your music very much encapsulates that. Has that always been the kind of artistic vision you've had for yourself? Or do you think is that intentional? Has it changed over time?
I think it's changed over time, but it definitely has been a through line for me. Like when I look back and zoom out, there are definitely times and like phases that I go through to where I feel like I need to do something else, or like be more energetic, or like kind of change that sound. But I feel like the most comfortable I ever feel making music, and like the best I feel, is when I'm making that kind of music of just like very like laid back, like calming, like therapeutic kind of music, so yeah, I think it's like taken a little bit to like realize that for myself, but I feel like with this album cycle specifically, it's like giving me so much clarity on that. I'm like, this is literally my sound, and like this is where I feel comfortable, and this is what I should be doing. So yeah.
How's it been seeing not just Asian American responses to your work, but also Filipino responses to your work back in the Philippines as well?
It's been really cool. Like honestly, I haven't been in the Philippines yet. Like I'm working on it. So it almost feels kind of unreal because I feel like almost jealous of like my music traveling there, but like not being able to physically be there right now. So it like makes me excited at the same time because I'm like I feel like I'm eventually gonna go there and I'm gonna be able to experience it in like such a cool way, like through music. So yeah, it's I feel like a little bit. I feel a little bit of imposter syndrome because I haven't like been there, you know. Because I'm like, gosh, like I feel like I'm connecting with people that like like I haven't been able to meet yet, and a lot of that will kind of get like figured out once I like finally go there. So yeah, without all my rambling, it's really cool and
No, we love rambling here. We love rambling here.
Yeah,
Rambling
okay.
is good.
Yeah.
I know it probably sounds a little bit early to ask you this because the new album isn't even out yet. But when you come to the culmination of a project like this, do you already have in your head, oh, now this is done, actually, this is what I'd want to do with my next project? Or do you stop yourself? Do you allow yourself to smell the roses a little bit?
Usually I don't. Like the past 3 years have been so go, go, go for me. Like my first album that I released was when that was 2020, like 2 years ago. And then last year I did like a bunch of like I did like a lo-fi album and then like a re-release of the first album. And then like I went straight from that into going into Soul, which is this new album. So I try to do that honestly, like earlier this year when I was like finally done recording everything. And I think we finished everything in December. And I kind of like went straight into it in like January and February. Couldn't like I hit like the biggest writer's rut to where it was more like I was like, can I do this anymore? You know, I feel like sometimes you wake up and you're like, am I so good at like the thing that I do? And so like I was hitting a block for sure, and like kind of forced myself to take a break, which I definitely needed. So I took a really long break, like from probably like March through I don't know, maybe like July. But the past couple months, specifically now in September, like I feel like I've hit a groove on like what I want to do creatively for the next stuff. Which it's been really exciting, and like it's definitely gonna sound like similar to the soul stuff, but at the same time, like it feels like the right evolution, which is like an exciting feeling to like finally catch, you know, because I mean I feel like I've been wanting to catch it for so long, but haven't been able to. But now like that I have a vision, it's like I'm such like I need to complete things, you know, like I love like just putting together the puzzle, and like it feels really exciting to know like where I'm going, you know. So I'm living in like two worlds. I'm living in that world of like trying to figure that out and like figure that puzzle out, but at the same time going through this whole soul release, and like this like 18 track album that we've done is like I love it so much. And so it's like living in those two different headspaces of like making sure that I'm like telling people about this album, and then at the same time like figuring out the growth into the next cycle.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're keeping moving all the time.
I have to.
There's no stopping for Labit.
Yeah.
How hard is it for people that don't understand the music industry? How hard is it for an artist like yourself to genuinely get an album off the ground, to get any project like this off the ground?
Oh, it's next to impossible, honestly. Like candidly, you know, like we're doing this all independent. Like we have no label, and so it's just me and my team. And I think it takes I mean, I feel like you can ask any like independent artists and even like label artists or whoever. It's like nobody does it by themselves, and it takes like the right team, like the right group of people, and a lot of luck, like you know, just to start. And then not even mentioning like, you know, finding your voice and like what, you know, like your niche in the music industry and like your sound. Like there's so many artists and like so many talented people out there, and it's like you have to be persistent. So yeah, it's like it's definitely not a cakewalk, and like I feel very grateful to like be even able to write and record and release a second album. So yeah, it's definitely like you go through a lot of ups and downs. But I think in the end, it's like it's just all worth it. You know, like I feel like it's not I think about it often now too. It's like, would I want to do anything else? And it's like, really no. Like I would still like do something in music, and like right now it's like if I have the platform to and I'm like able to kind of push this thing, like I'm gonna do it.
It was always music for you, like even back in school, that foreshadowed what was to come.
Totally, yeah. Like even like I went to um college for like a year and a half before I dropped out like for music. Um but even then I was like trying to figure out what I was gravitating towards, and it was always like the psychology classes or like just talking about your feelings, and I'm like that's literally what being an artist or like being a songwriter, you know, is about. And so I feel like it's just like a natural thing for me.
I read that Soul is named after your grandma, is that right? Yeah. So your song Soul on the album, which is the last song on this album, isn't out yet. Can you tell us about that song specifically? Like, does it talk about your grandma or
That was like literally I either the last song or the second to last song that I wrote for the album too. So like the entire time I had this collection of songs, and it was like I literally had it titled like album 2. And because I just had no idea like what I was like, these songs all work together. But I haven't found like that through line yet. And I wrote Soul like so funny. We're talking about like front porch vibes like at the beginning of this. And like it wasn't front porch, but it was literally it might as well have been. It was like um the producer is my friend Nico Sanchez, and it was just us two. And he was playing just this like beautiful piano. Kind of reminded me of like Pixar vibes, like Toy Story, you know, like You Got a Friend in Me, like kind of stuff. Um, and I just remember like it was like a summer day last year, and just like looking out the window, and it was just quiet and like really nice. And soul is also like the sun or like solitude, and so that kind of was in my mind too. And I've always wanted to write a song like for my grandma, and it's just been kind of hard. Like she passed away in like 2018. And I feel like when you write those kinds of songs to where like you're dedicating it to someone important to you, it's always scarier than like writing about like romance or like a breakup or whatever, you know, like that those things. Like I've been writing those things since 15, but like um it felt really right. And like that song specifically is just about how like conversations with my grandma and like have just kind of changed me like throughout the years. And like I just remember like coming home from school and like her picking me up, and then me just having conversations with her like on her chair, you know, like the chair that she would always sit on. And like, you know, you just have like those moments that you can like close your eyes and like remember everything in the room. It was always that for me with her, and like in her apartment and like her little living room. And um she didn't really have a lot to say a lot of the time, but she always knew like the right thing to say. And she um she's like just very big on like understanding like all sides of the story. And I feel like that's really helped me now too, just like navigating through everything really, and just like trying to be like as patient as possible and like understanding. And so yeah, like the chorus of that song, it's like I'm only me for you, and it's basically just like I'm living my life because like the way that like she taught me, you know, and her along with like, you know, like whatever else I've been through. But like that's been the through line. And it's I named the album that because of that. And it's like there's so many different like genre tinges in the album, but through it all it's like the writing is the same, and it's coming like from an honest place. And I feel like it's a lot of that is because of her. It's like I have so many different sides that I want to like show people, and like different genres of my music, but at the same time it's like it's all just me. And I feel like if you're authentically yourself, like you can wear as many different hats as you want to. But yeah,
That's so beautiful. Thanks for telling us that.
of course.
That is beautiful. Oh my gosh. You've talked about how long you've been in the industry and how much of a process it's been to really grow as an artist and see, all the music around you, how it's influencing you. Do you feel as a person of color, as someone of Southeast Asian descent, that the industry has improved over time? How do you feel that it's changed?
I think it definitely has improved over time. Like in the best way. Like I feel like you see a lot of Asian voices and like the indie scenes and even like mainstream like major label stuff too. And it's like I think it's really important. Like I remember growing up in middle school and high school and just trying to find like people like who look similar to you and like not really being able to find that. And besides like Bruno Mars, I feel like has always been there, But like I'm just like there's got to be more than like one voice. So I think it's really cool. I think it's heading in the right direction. I get a little like skeptical about it sometimes just because like I feel like I don't know, maybe it's just like like you have to like kind of exploit yourself in order to like get visibility, and so you see a lot of that stuff for like headline things, and like it feels sometimes it's just like a little like are people doing it for the right reasons kind of thing, but I think for the most part it's like obviously with a lot of good there's gonna come some bad, and but I think overall it's like a good thing.
Beautiful. We always like to give Maddie the spotlight on something that is very special to her called Mad News, where she brings over a news article that she thinks may be of interest to the guests that we have.
Sweet.
So Maddie, do you want to take it away?
Well, the bit of news I thought I'd bring today was inspired by a film I watched last night, which was Oppenheimer. And I hadn't seen it before. It was my first time watching it. And it gave me a massive headache, which is the headache I was talking about that your music sort of helped comfort. And it's because it is, 3 hours of like relentless score on this film. And I did some research, and this is an actual phenomenon where people are getting headaches from watching Oppenheimer.
That's really
Thank you.
I feel like I've been watching so many movies recently, but Oppenheimer is still on my list that I have to watch.
You haven't seen it?
No. Yeah.
Turn the volume down. Yeah.
I'm gonna pop an Advil like right before I watch it, and then like turn on the album, just right after.
Yeah, just a warning. I was honestly like halfway into it, and I was like, I don't think there's been a moment of silence.
Oh my God.
This is a 3-hour movie, and I don't think it has stopped to breathe for a second, which is crazy. So yeah, just get your earplugs in.
That reminds me of have you seen Uncut Gems?
No.
Like Adam Sandler?
Oh, no.
That one, like what you're talking about, like I had the same feeling watching that movie of just like, it literally feels like a wave just the entire time. Just like, watch this. It's so loud. Like just, yeah.
We also ask our guests if they have something to exchange. So something that you're enjoying that isn't necessarily your work, but that you're just loving in life right now that you think our listeners would like to also experience.
I've been trying to. I haven't been like perfect every morning, but doing morning pages. Have you guys heard of that before?
What is it?
There's this book called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, I think is the author. But it's all just like about like finding your creativity and just like centering yourself. I literally have only read half the book and that's it. But I feel like I've taken what I needed to get from it, and like I've been trying to like write 3 full pages like in my journal every morning before I
wow.
before I do anything. And like a lot of the times it's like I'm literally writing down, why am I doing this? Like I should be sleeping, or like like stupid or whatever. But at the same time, like the days that I do it, I feel so much more clear in my head, and like talking about like finding that like sense of calm, and like yeah, it's just like it's helped me do that like the first thing in the morning before like I look at my phone, and like get on with the day. So, and like things feel so much less jumbled when I do it. So yeah, I feel like that's the thing that's been bringing me like an unexpected like sense of happiness too, and like peace and calm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. I mean, I haven't done it every day, but every day that I do it, it's amazing. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, I have to say, for you coming in having just been on a hike to then now you journaling every day, it does seem like you just have
Good routine.
not that you have it all figured out because no one does, but yeah, like very centered, very grounded.
Thank you. Yeah. I try. I'm not like like I said, it's not every day for me, but like the days that I do something like that for myself, I'm like, this feeling, like if I could, start every day with this feeling, like why not do that? So especially I feel like the world is so crazy right now that it's like finding any sense of that, like calmness is just, it's rare sometimes. And so I try to do my best with that.
Do you try to be offline, like, yeah, offline as much as possible as well? Or is that something that you can't help?
I wish I could help him more, but I feel like, like being an artist and a musician, like I can't really stay off the grid too long. Um, but if it were up to me, like I totally would. Like I can't wait for the day that yeah, I'm just gonna disappear one day, and like after the album is like no more,
Run away to the
Yeah,
mountains.
but I'll be okay. Yeah, I'll just be like camping somewhere.
Do you have a sign-off message that you would like to give? So you can genuinely say whatever you want. We've had people tell jokes. We've had people give hygiene tips. We've had actually just nice messages. What message would you like to leave everybody with today?
Since we've been on this topic, I feel like most of this interview we're gonna do like self-care tips. So I've been doing my my like my face wash routine. So I do like the eye mask now. Do that for like 30 minutes and it's so great. I just like have my coffee and like do the eye mask. And then my girlfriend got me this ice roller. I don't know if you guys have used this, but it's literally just like, yeah, I've been using the ice roller after, and it feels like, like doing a cold plunge on your face. And so, but yeah, like take care of your skin, guys. Good skincare. And
we were genuinely talking about this last episode because we had an actor on that was talking about self-care and moisturizing and looking after himself. And then I was telling Maddie, I knew an actor that never moisturized ever, which freaked everybody out when we found out. And now we have you here that is genuinely eye care, rolling. I love it.
I just laugh at myself every morning because I'm like, well, who am I? Like, this is never me. But now, yeah. So take care of yourself.
Does it perk you up, like, to be able to, like, just give in good vibes?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like less puffy and like less, I feel like it makes me feel less groggy doing that and like doing all the good stuff in the morning. So I kind of like buy myself some leeway at night.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for coming on. It has been such a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
What a lovely guest on. I know we said that last guest, but what a lovely self-care, joy-focused guest.
And he does have good skin. I thought it would be a bit like creepy if I was like, you have really good skin. But he has good skin too. His cheeks were shining.
2 guests in a row with fantastic skin.
Clearly, those routines are working.
I love it.
And me and Emma were talking about this before recording because he sounds so good in his songs. I was saying I bet his like speaking voice was really good. And there you go, folks.
Beautiful speaking voice.
Is right there.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And I like that he hasn't seen Oppenheimer, so he will. He's prepared now. After your advice,
because I went into it not.
He knows to pop the Advil.
I mean, I should have known. Knowing it was a Nolan, but yeah.
No, I mean, when I saw, I didn't get a headache. So if you had asked me, I wouldn't have been like, take paracetamol. But now, now people know. Now more people know. Now he knows.
And I was able to control the volume and I still got a headache. So take precautions.
What's your exchange today, Mads?
I was going to exchange paracetamol. No more than 2, because that is the maximum for an adult every 4 hours, I think. But yeah. Take some paracetamol if you need it, because I sure do.
I was going to ask, before watching Oppenheimer or in general?
Yeah, I would say take it before because it's 3 hours and paracetamol lasts like 4.
Right.
But yeah, I need some. I don't have any So it's all I can think about. And I've been chugging water,
Mm.
but it's not really helping.
I will exchange sometimes when you feel down and you're like, oh, I just need something to feel like a little bit refreshed in my life, but I don't want to spend a lot of money. Sometimes just either a new phone case or like putting a little picture in the back of your phone case can perk you up.
What picture have you got?
I got a Tomorrow by Together phone case for my phone, and it came today,
Oh,
and I'm like, oh, that just makes me feel happy.
the government name. You call TXT by their long name.
Yeah, yes,
Do you
yes.
say that? Do you say that every time?
I do say that every time.
I mean, I don't talk about BTS's Bangtan Sonyeondan, you know?
I know, but like in Korea, people say tubatu. They don't say TXT.
Yeah, that's true.
And then when I get to saying their name, I never know which to say, so I just say the full name. But the point is that, like, you know, sometimes I feel there are a lot of adverts for new things all the time, especially with tech. And like I was talking to my mum about this, and she was like, oh, sometimes, you know, you just buy a new case or you just buy a new watch strap, and it doesn't have to be expensive. They can be really cheap on Amazon or something. They can be really cheap. And it just like, oh, you feel a little bit refreshed. And it's just a little perk. Like, oh, that's my exchange. Yay! What would you like your sign off message to be?
You can switch off if you need to.
Mm.
You don't have to be on.
No.
If your head is hurting, put it down.
Put your head down, literally. Take your head
On a
off
pillow.
and put it down. My sign off will be listen to Beautiful Strangers by Tomorrow by Together. This is not an ad. They have not sponsored me. I'm clearly in a TXT mood. But it's a nice song.
Too.
Yeah. And of course, listen to Labit's new album, Soul, which is out on the 17th of October. Go and check it out. Thank you very much, as always, for joining us on another episode of Falling Upwards. We hope this has been a comforting one for you. I feel like it's been quite a comforting one.
Comforting for me.
Yeah, very calming, very soul huggy-ing. Is that a thing? We don't know. Let's move on. But thank you, as always, for listening to another episode of Falling Upwards.
Woo!